Hey everybody, welcome to today's Spirit Lift. It's good to be with you. I wanted to talk with you today a little bit more about your efficient brain. And what I wanted to mention to you is how as adults we continue to grow neurons. We thought at one point that your brain was sort of stuck. After you became an adult, we knew that your brain neurons, those are the cells that fire in your brain, I don't know the technical scientific definition, but you know what I'm talking about, that carry messages in your brain. We thought at one point that we knew that children needed them very quickly for language acquisition, and the world is all new. So young children have a great deal of brain growth when they're small. Teenagers do as well in the thousands, tens of thousands sort of numbers of growing these neurons. But we found out using modern science that adults have 700 neurons that you can create each and every day. So your brain still grows even as you age. And the thinking in terms of the efficient brain kind of thing is this, that if you can substitute the negative with something positive, then the growth that you will teach, the growth that you will give to your brain will be on the positive side. So for example, the very first time I went on a silent retreat, I thought there's no way I'm going to be able to do this, being silent except for 1 hour a day when I met with my spiritual director. There's no way that I'm going to be able to be silent during meals. That sounds kind of stupid. Won't it be awkward sitting across the table from somebody and not being able to speak? But what you find the first day for a little while is it is awkward, and your brain is sort of going, my brain was going monkey mind kind of thing. I was thinking about everything except the gratitude of being in silence and in God's presence and in the presence of friends and family. But then what happened is after a couple of days, that slowed down, and I appreciated the food. And when you don't have much to think about, you appreciate even more the moment of rest and relaxation in the day, 3 times a day, sitting down, and you really pay attention to what you eat. Do I want to eat that, or do I want to eat this? Look, there's something I don't really like, so I'm going to avoid that, but I really enjoy this extra cup of coffee. So that's what happens. You begin to appreciate things more. And when people are studied, when you put somebody in an MRI machine, which studies your brain, and you ask them to meditate, people, I think it was Buddhist monks actually, when they asked them to meditate, they saw that the emotional centers of their brain lit up, and that positivity lit up in their brains. And so if you can train your brain to do that, your brain will get fixed into those grooves. Your brain will start working in those positive grooves, to the point that they've also studied that these monks that have meditated are much quicker at facial recognition and empathy of all things. Even if you're meditating on just being present to the moment, that encourages, beefs up the emotional part of your brain. So where some of us have trouble, how they did this was they showed people pictures of people making particular faces and asked how quickly can you identify correctly the face that the person is making: disgust, annoyance, happiness, joyfulness, sadness, embarrassment, despair, so on and so forth. And they found that the Buddhist monks who had meditated could identify and empathize much quicker than the general population. Amazing. And that was based in the structure of their brain from meditating. So I encourage you to take some time to, we call it mindfulness in general parlance, if you want to look it up on Google, but it's also a prayer life if you are Christian like me and want to talk about it. So I encourage you to find a contemplative, mindful prayer practice, because that will help to train your brain, and it will help train those 700 neurons that you're going to create today, and it will help them to be positive. It will help them to see the things in your life that we all should be grateful for. It will help you to problem solve. There's a lot going on in that brain, a lot of efficient stuff, and you are just waiting to untap your potential. All right, love you all. I miss you all. We'll talk soon. Be safe out there. Bye.